If you've been up Ronaldo's butt somewhere in Saudi and haven't heard, Messi just bought a place in Fort Lauderdale, and this show is pretty simple. We're first going to cover the news and give you the basics. After that, I'm going to analyze the house on the 10 factors of quality, and at the end, we're going to do a market analysis.
Hey, before you get started, I want to know, are you Team Messi or Team Ronaldo?
Oh, you want to know if I'm biased or not, don't you?
I want to know if you're going to tell me the truth.
You know what? Guess at the end and I'll tell you.
All right,
fair?
Man.
Okay, let's go. So, first you should know, it's 8 bedrooms, 10 baths, over 10,000 square foot of living space, and it sits on a half-acre lot with like 120 foot of frontage.
170 feet of bay frontage.
Yeah, and you know what's fascinating is that like the news just came out and everyone is talking about how secure it is, gated community, no one can come in. And I really call BS on that. I really think he didn't pick the right location with this house, and we're gonna get into it. I think he made a massive, massive mistake purchasing this property, and I don't see him living there for the long term, but we'll get to all that jazz later. But a couple of the other basic things I think is kind of cool to check out is that first you should know, here's his house. He's neighbors with Patrick Bet-David, and even more fascinating, he has to look at this piece of art every morning. If you want to know what Patrick Bet-David wakes up to every morning, this is the house. It's like math nerd was unsupervised, you know, and just lost control. I swear to God, when people get rich, they do some crazy, crazy, stupid things. But here is the stadium where he's going to be playing, Pink Stadium. He's already started playing, obviously, right here, right next to the executive airport. Now, this comes into play, being right next to the executive airport, in the analysis later, so pay attention to it. I think we covered the basics. Should we jump into the home?
Let's get into the 10 factors of quality, Arvin, starting with location. Tell me what you think about the location.
All right, location. Look, I'm not going to pretend I know Fort Lauderdale like the back of my hand, like LA. But I would say I give the location a solid 8.5, okay? Now, I'm kind of measuring in that Messi's a super, super famous celebrity, but look, if you want to be waterfront, this is where they have the biggest mansions. So there are only a few gated communities that you can pick from, and this is perhaps one of the best ones. So, you know what? Let's put a 9 for it.
All right, 9 for location.
Yeah.
What about lot orientation?
Okay,
I want about that.
All right, let's go back to Messi's house. Lot orientation. You're dead on south facing. As good as it gets, right? You're gonna get so much sun in this house. It's absolutely amazing. I think it's really good. You're end of a cul-de-sac. You're not like Pat David's house right on the main canal where a lot of traffic is gonna go by. But so it's a little bit more protected. I'm gonna give it a 9.
9 for lot orientation.
Yeah, no, let's give it a 10. Let's
10
give it
for
10.
lot
Yeah,
orientation.
yeah, it's pretty,
right.
I mean.
You can't find any flaws in that, huh,
Gated
Arvin?
community, no, I can't. I mean, are you saying I'm biased now? Come on, hey, you
I don't
know
know
at
yet.
the end,
Depends
okay?
who you choose at the end. Talk to me about the lot quality, Arvin.
All right, half an acre. Look, half an acre, very good. It's typically an 8 or 9. On a waterfront lot, it's even more valuable because it's more rare. But yeah, I'll give it a 9.
9 for lot quality. Next is lot utilization.
Look, you have a great frontage. In fact, your frontage is heavier than your backyard. Your backyard is kind of narrow, but it's long. And then one really good side setback, and then one really crappy side setback. You're really like approaching the neighbor's house. You know, I'm gonna give it an 8.
And what about privacy?
Oh, this is where we're gonna get really, really down and dirty. I read a bunch of articles about this, and all the agents have quoted, you know, oh my God, that's the safest. No one can come in. There's a guard gated. You have to be on the list, or you have to be called in if they're not home answering. You're not gonna get all that nonsense, right? The problem I have is the fact that it's waterfront. They don't have a gate over here at the entrance of the community. So, and this is connected to the ocean. I mean, there's so many other communities that live off here. There are condos on this community, and someone can just literally put a canoe, a jet ski, or anything, literally roll up to Messi's house. And this is my #1 problem with this house. And this is where I think he went super, super wrong, because yes, you're completely secure through land, but completely unsecure through water canals. I don't know how you're gonna enforce it. So if you guys live in this community, let me know in the comments. But Messi is just a global superstar, and he hasn't come into terms with how famous he is, at least not yet in America, because I see this as a security threat to him. I don't see him being lounging over here. There's already videos on a house that he's supposedly renting and people just showing up on boats to get signatures from him. And maybe the first week is kind of cool, but dude, it's gonna get so annoying with kids and everything. You can't even like chill with your wife and kids. It's just gonna be super, super annoying. So for that reason, I give it a 3.
Just because of how popular he is.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you pass a certain level of fame, you just can't expose yourself to that. There's I think it's called Southwest Ranch, and Giselle, you know, ex-wife of Tom Brady, bought a 7-acre compound. And that's what I really think he could have bought. Or the other option, let's go to Tarpon Island. I have another video on this property. Like, he should have bought something like this. And this property was for sale, by the way, a while back. You could have called the agent, find out what's going on, put a helipad over here, and do it just like Kobe Bryant. Look how double hedge it is over here, right? There are 2 hedges in between, and there's probably a barbed wire fence in between. There's a bridge over here. You can block it. There's one way in, one way out. And what, I think it looks like 3 acres, right? 2-3 acres, maybe more, 4-5 acres. So it would have been a better purchase. That's what I would have recommended if I was representing him. Okay, next.
All right, so the next is gonna be views.
Okay, so you got views, you got, it's, you know, it's a waterfront property. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay, 7 for the views. Next is gonna be scale. Let's talk about the scale.
Look, the scale of the property is actually pretty good. You have these high volume ceilings. It's a little bit cookie cutter, but functional. And for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Next is gonna be architectural style.
Okay, architecturally speaking, look, I don't find it having a lot of character. It's very plain. It's like a Mediterranean with no character whatsoever. It's just not attractive to me. So in that note, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, that does look very plain. It's literally just white walls. There's no window treatments.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's just nothing. Roof. There's no window treatment. Architecturally speaking, it's just very, you know, vanilla. It's not.
Even look at the rails on the balconies. They're just so plain.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not digging it.
6 for architectural style. Next is gonna be layout. Talk to me about the layout.
So the layout is functional. I didn't see anything that I disliked. I thought it was open concept. They had the wow factor as soon as you walked in, and the structure is, you know, very symmetrical flow and functional play. You can see family room and dining room, and you know, it flows pretty well. I'll give the layout an 8.
And finally, let's talk about the finishes.
Finishes are just horrible. I mean, if this is as good of an area as I think it is, and the article says it was like newly renovated, then I really question the taste of this area. If this is what's in Fort Lauderdale, then I'm really worried. Like, what is this? Is this tile? Is this like wood pattern tile?
Looks like the Courtyard Marriott.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. This is really bad. I mean, the floors are gray. Gray is so outdated. Then you have these really funky color walls that, like, is it wallpaper? I don't even know. Oh, God, like,
was it already designed like this before he?
No, it was supposedly very recently renovated. And I mean, look at this bathroom. This is like IKEA. This is IKEA at its finest, you know? Literally cheapest material. Like, look at these wallpaper. This is the master bedroom. This is where the golden boy is gonna be sleeping. And the walls are just, I mean, what is this? You know, it's like shabby chic.
It's a little gaudy.
Yeah. This is probably my favorite area, which I think is a cool chilling area after a long soccer practice. You can come just lay here and just chill. But yeah, finishes, I give it a 4.
All right, so that gives a total score of 71 for this house.
And it's really disappointing, you know, for someone of Messi's caliber to have come to purchase something with the amount of wealth that he has, to come over and get something of this caliber, a $10 million home, and which I genuinely think, and I hope he finds his peace in this house. I really do. He's a family man. He's a great person, human being. But I just realistically, for his level of fame, I just feel like he won't even be able to stay there for a night. I just think. Should we take a look at the neighborhood?
Let's do it. Let's analyze the market.
Okay, so here's zipsmart.ai. Let's look at the housing data right now. As you can see, crime rate is C, cap rate is 4.8. Unemployment is 3, but it's rising pretty fast. And the Redfin estimate is kind of flat. Now, the declining factors are a little bit worrisome, to say the least. As you can see, they're all color-coded red. Days on the market, year over year, it takes 81% longer for a home to sell than same time last year. And that number grew by 15% from last month. There's a 35% shadow inventory. These are properties that are either Airbnbs or vacation rentals. And in this recession that we're going to come into, most people are going to sell these type of homes first. So we could see a flood of inventory if the economy gets really bad, you know. And the new supply at this time of the year in the hurricane season, you know, we're in September, we're seeing 26% increase in the number of listings that are entering this zip code, which is 33308, which is again worrisome. And the demand month over month has fallen by 13%. It's 15% less demand than same time last year. So if you're interested in this, visit zipsmart.ai, take a look and enjoy it. Now, anything else, Harry?
Yeah, you're supposed to tell me, are you Team Ronaldo or Team Messi?
All right, this is going to be very controversial. Let me put it this way. I hope this doesn't come off wrong, but if Ronaldo had done growth hormones when he was a kid, imagine what he would have become. And I can tell you this, I think Messi is a way more naturally gifted player and probably a nicer human being. And I find more resemblance with Ronaldo because I don't think he was naturally gifted. He's worked his ass off, and I kind of see a little bit of myself in him. So I'm definitely Team Ronaldo, and he went to Manchester United, and that's the team I support. Look, if you enjoyed this show, and if you got any value, please subscribe. Help the channel. We're a very small channel, under 5,000 subscribers. So your help and support would mean a lot to us, okay? Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.